Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip chipperoo, everyone!
Hi.
Hello.
You asked me 17 times if I was ready to start.
Yes.
And I said I was, but I'm realizing now that I'm not. I am unprepared.
Well, there we go.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, we're just going to have a little conversation here?
I'm buying time because I'm like, what do I say?
Oh, you're looking for like your pun.
Yeah, can you do it this week?
Hello. What is this about? It's a wolf.
Alpaca.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
This episode is going to be alpaca'd with fun facts and good conversations.
I was going to say, how is everyone doing? We do have a little bit of business, just really briefly. We have a new Patreon subscriber to thank, and we have to burger pun their name.
Fun, exciting.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Moving forward, Rebecca, you will be known as the Rib Ek Cacao Burger.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little like, I think I see it as like a McRib with like kind of like a chocolate sauce, like a not like a sweet chocolate sauce.
I understand what you're saying, but I do want you to know that like rib rubs.
Yes.
Like you can put coffee, you can put
cocoa,
go. Like whatever you want in there. So that works. What are you smelling,
That's what
Biscuit?
it is. So thank you so much.
doing?
It might be the candle that I have burning here, my leather candle. Sniff away, Bisky. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Rebecca joined us for our first live trivia just this past weekend.
Becca.
Yeah.
Hi, Becca.
Yeah.
We had so much fun with you.
It was great. If you would like to have your name burger punned here on the show, go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/bobscredits. We have all sorts of tiers on there, but you will get your burger pun name regardless of which tier you subscribe to.
It's true.
But that's it. That's all we have to do there. We can get right into this.
Let's do it.
Do you want to start with some Bob pun or Max pun?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Sink me into the episode because I'm still like, what are we doing?
What are we recording here? What is this episode about? Okay, we are doing pest control trucks this week.
Okay, wonderful.
Your first pun is, save the last ants for me.
Ants? Oh, I thought it was burgers. I was like, oh, okay. Bob's.
Max.
Darn.
Your next pun is, the tick and the dead.
Bob's.
Max.
Okay, great. Great.
Your next pun is, finish each other's centipedes.
Bob's.
Max.
Oh my gosh.
And your final
You're trying
pun.
to trick me. This isn't fair.
Your final, that's the whole point of the game.
Illegal.
I'm supposed to try to trick you. Your final pun is, antacid exterminators.
I don't get it.
Not antacid, but antacid.
What?
Like an antacid that you take for when you're having...
Isn't that anti-acid?
No, it's antacid.
What? You sound like you're saying there's an ant named Acid.
I have no idea what's happening. An antacid is something you take to like settle your stomach when...
I thought it was an
having,
antacid.
No, it's not. Do you have an auntie named Acid? Anyway,
My brain just...
acid as two words instead
Max.
of one word. Bob.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm
Oh my
almost
God.
proud of myself.
Do you need an acid now?
I mean, if she's nice and cooks for me.
No, not an anti-acid, like an actual antacid for your stomach. Okay, we are moving on from the antacid.
Okay. Are you ready for some Skylar Sides? The fun facts before the fun facts.
Dish it, girl.
I have a fun one from an interview from our dear friend, H. John Benjamin. By the way,
Such a dear friend of ours.
sidebar,
Yeah.
if you're not following him on Instagram, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, you said that recently too on another episode. And
I
you've
did?
been, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to officially state my stance here because, I was supposed to be working and you walked into the room and I was just watching a shirtless video of him because that's his thing. Like, he's just always shirtless and then makes content about people are complaining that he's shirtless. Anyway, it's just high quality content. One, because everything he does is really funny.
Just because of
Two,
his voice. He's earned it.
his voice.
Yeah.
It just feels like you're hanging out with Bob. Three, some of the content's really endearing, like his bird watching content.
Oh, well, Bob knows all about that based on season 13.
It's true. Anyway, so in an interview, he explained this fun fact. So, you know how we are always talking on this podcast about how the show is so special because the whole cast records together. So the cast records together, and then the animation is created off the dialogue. This lends itself to a lot of improvising, a lot of real connection and chemistry. Well, that was not the case with the movie.
Interesting.
Because of COVID, they did not get to record together. They did it the old school way where I believe the animation was already created and then they said the lines all separate. Do you think this affected the movie in any way?
I do think it affected it a little bit, yes. I do think the movie had a slightly different tone, in my opinion, than a lot of the episodes have.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way at all. It should.
It did feel a little bit more like uniform.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times you can tell on Bob's Burgers when they're improvising if you really know what to look out for.
Question for you. We're going to segue right into this episode. There is a bit where Bob, his knee is injured, and Teddy's like, I'll take you to the bathroom and I'll hold your penis if you need me to. And they kind of go back and forth about what they could prop Bob's penis up with. I'm very uncomfortable by how many times I've said penis right now. But
I want to get one in there. Penis. But they land on a spatula, I think is what
they land on a spatula. But
hopefully not the one that he's going to use to cook burgers later.
Well, Bob said he was joking.
Right. Okay.
Do you think that was improvised?
I do. And I think a lot, if you go back and listen to every Bob Teddy scene in this episode, like that storyline, I think a lot of it is improvised. It sounds like they were just going back and forth because a lot of it is just them sitting on the couch chatting about stuff.
Yes. Okay. I love that theory. Yeah. I love that. Maybe we can, for our weekly carousels, which are now officially back, maybe we can pull a clip. I don't want to do the penis clip because I'm pretty sure Instagram will delete our account or something.
You just want to say penis again?
You'll never know. Quick sidebar.
Remember the game you used to play as kids where you would yell penis and who can yell the loudest?
The loudest?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever played, but I definitely know what you're talking about.
We'll do it later on our walk in our neighborhood.
No. People probably think we're weird enough because you just we'll go on a walk and you'll just be like, chip chipperoo. And they'll be like, what is with this guy?
I say that to people in person?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
I did not ever get in trouble for yelling penis very loudly. I did get in trouble. Oh my gosh, my millennial babies are just going to love me right now. I got in trouble for saying cetus lepidus. And I was so upset because it wasn't a bad word and it was the essence of who I was. And I can't believe I got in trouble by my teacher.
What's cetus lepidus?
It is an amazing catchphrase from the brilliant, iconic movie Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Oh, you always talk about Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, and I have no idea what that is. It was.
Would you watch it with me?
If you want me to, sure.
It's that. I have that much love for it. Also, my dad and I got a kitten, and we got two kittens, and he named one Rita, and I named one Xenon. Like, this is a big deal.
Rita is also on Xenon?
No, that was just my dad's choice of name.
Rita Moreno.
My dad was like, you get one. The other one would be Cetus Lapidus.
I love Rita and Xenon. That's a great combo. I once got in trouble for wearing a hat at school. I think it was in 6th grade.
Yeah, that tracks.
That said OPP.
Oh, like a PP?
Well, no, it's from that song, the Naughty by Nature song in the 90s was, you down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Well, apparently OPP stands for like other people's privates or other people's
What?
P words. And some of the kids told on.
Oh, I was like, how did the teachers know this?
I was like, come on, let me wear an OPP hat. It doesn't say what it is.
Also, between your dad letting you be Joe Camel and your OPP hat.
I also
got 80s, baby.
I also got in trouble for wearing a marijuana leaf earring.
That just
even,
embarrasses me for you.
Pot ever.
Okay, well, tell me how this happened.
I used to go to Venice a lot, Venice Beach, with my family, and I had an earring as a kid, and I liked to go look at all the cool stud earrings they had, and I saw the marijuana. I thought it was cool. Thought I'd be a cool kid with a marijuana leaf in my ear.
Your parents let you buy that?
Yeah.
How old were you?
My mom was. They were a little
what?
Lackadaisical with some of my stuff.
Okay.
Some stuff that their kids should or shouldn't be doing.
We had different childhoods. My mom made me sign a contract in blood. Not really in blood. That I would never get a tattoo.
We might have to break that contract soon.
I know.
I'm sorry, Julie. I'm taking your daughter to get some tattoos.
All right.
Right after this.
Let's go back to Bob's World.
Big marijuana leaf. Okay. Yes, let's get into this episode because it is the Halloween episode of Season 8. We are so excited. We love Halloween episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for Season 8, Episode 3, please?
The title is The Wolf of Wharf Street. When Bob injures his knee on Halloween, sexy Nurse Teddy babysits the pain pill poppin' patient, while Linda takes the kids trick-or-treating. She has to go with them this year because there's a wolf on the loose. When the candy selection is a bust, they go hunting for the scary, hairy creature.
This episode came out on October 22nd, 2017. It was written by Lizzie Molyneux and Wendy Molyneux and directed by Mauricio Pardo.
Tell me your thoughts.
We are very familiar with this episode because we've done multiple Patreon episodes about Halloween specifics.
Well, we do a lot of costumes. Oh, we rank the Halloween episodes.
Yeah. And we also talked recently about, in a fun fact you did a few weeks ago on one of the episodes, of how this storyline, the B story, is based on Misery.
Yeah,
movie.
Kind of.
Yeah. Go watch Misery. It is a phenomenal movie. It holds up really well. It is one of the creepiest movies, most thrilling movies that takes place in one location pretty much. And, if you don't know the plot, it's basically that this writer is in an accident and this woman kind of saves him and is caring for him and trying to heal him, but really she's holding him hostage.
Well, she's a crazed fan.
Yes.
Yep. And you could say that Teddy is a crazed fan of Bob.
I agree.
Yes.
And I think certain things like him feeding Bob the soup and almost spilling the soup is similar to she spills when she's feeding him and she gets mad at him and look what you made me do. And
yes.
There's a lot of that
it's all, they almost take scenes verbatim. When let's just do it if we're going to do it right now.
Sure.
Bob hides the handcuffs under his shirt. That's an exact move from the movie. I think what does he hide?
Pills. He has
pills because he has a plan.
Because he wants to drug her. She comes in then and she's like, "Why are you sweating?
Why are you sweating?"
And Teddy says that to Bob. In the scene. Yeah.
It's really verbatim. Also, the soup that Teddy makes Bob, I just was like, that looks like a great bowl of soup. I want someone to make me a bowl of soup while I sit on the sofa.
I'll make you soup while you sit on the sofa. It's going to be canned, probably. Or jarred.
Or jarred.
Jarred. Only the best for my wife. Jarred.
I just like Teddy can come over and take care of me anytime.
I don't know if I want Teddy to take care of me, honestly.
Yeah.
A little too smothery. I want to be smothered a little bit when I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
But not feeling well and being injured is different to me.
Got it.
As you would know. You've taken care of me a lot.
You're not as bad as you.
I've never been like really sick.
Oh my God, knock on wood. Thank God.
I know. Well, yeah, a little knock on wood, but I just mean like I don't get sick like.
Oh my gosh. Remember when you almost died on the sofa?
Well, that was because I was preparing for a colonoscopy and the stuff they give you the day before.
We're not being hyperbolic here. I woke up. I guess I was sleeping more than I thought because Max was like throwing up and stuff during the night. So I didn't know that. And so he ended up on the sofa, which is the only time he's ever done that. And I come out in the morning and I was like genuinely scared for a second. He is gray. Like there's no color to him. And then he told me everything that happened. I was like, yeah, we're going in right now.
Yeah. For those of you who've never had a colonoscopy, and you should go get checked if you're within the right age. I think it's like 40 to 45 now. They've lowered it. Go do your thing. You have to do it.
Yep.
But that part's the easy part. You're drugged. The prep is the worst because you have to take this stuff that flushes out your system. I drank the giant jug of stuff and it came up the wrong way. And it kept me up all night, and I was not doing well when Skylar took me in.
No.
Anyway, what a good story.
Preparing for a colonoscopy would be the perfect plotline for Bob's. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that.
I'm shocked. Like, either Linda, Teddy, or Bob having to prepare for one would just be a great B story.
Yeah, that's a freebie for you, Bob's writers. Go
because
ahead.
you really need us.
Take that one. Take that one in case you're running low on ideas.
Shall we recenter ourselves and bring ourselves back to this episode?
Definitely. I don't think we should spend this whole time talking about colonoscopies.
Overall, how did you like this episode? And overall, how did you like this as a Halloween episode?
Overall, I love this episode. Overall, I love it as a Halloween episode. It has a special place in my heart because of the way everyone is dressed in this episode.
Yes, iconic.
Yes, but Skylar and I have mentioned numerous times on this podcast that we have, during the month of October, we have a little like Bob's Burgers nativity type scene that we create on our table in the living room with these mini figures, these Funko minis, and they're all from like this Halloween episode pretty much.
They are, which like through osmosis or something, since I see them so often on our coffee table, I just love this episode. Let's talk about the costumes. You can't talk about a Halloween episode without specifically talking about the costumes.
Yeah, we've ranked the costumes, as we said, on a Patreon episode, but I don't remember where these all ranked in the grand scheme of things, but these are all fantastic costumes.
And I also don't think that we did Teddy as an accidental sexy nurse.
Accidental sexy nurse is hilarious.
Oh, that would be so high for me. Okay, I wanted to ask you this. There's like stitching around the waistline as if he's removed something, or what is that?
Honestly, I think I saw something about the stitching. Let me see when I was doing some research for this episode. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Here's what it says on Fandom. Teddy appears to be wearing the compression hose he wore in Dawn of the Peck as part of his sexy nurse costume. So maybe that's what's stitched in there? No?
You think he stitched compression?
I have no idea.
Oh, I guess. Okay. Maybe, because they were falling down. Okay, sure.
I have no idea.
So we have Tina as...
Wait, I just want to point out that we didn't mention that in Misery, she's a nurse.
Yes.
So obviously there's that parallel.
Yes.
Tina as... A Mombi. Okay, I just read a book on female serial killers and like this psychology. She's like a serial killer, right? Tina?
No, the nurse from Annie. Is her name Annie?
Yeah, in Misery, yes.
Yeah, and she killed at the hospital. Apparently, that is so common.
That nurses are serial killers?
When women are female serial killers, there's a whole criteria. But A lot of them are nurses. A lot.
Interesting.
It makes up a huge percentage.
Huh.
Yeah. Or they like care for elderly. I don't know why I'm saying this. It was just interesting.
That's fascinating.
So Tina's a mombi.
Yeah, Tina's a mombi. We got Gene as not grapes, handsome grapes.
Which becomes more endearing to me every time.
Yeah, when his little grapes pop when he backs into the sticks, it's so funny. You know, Linda's a sheriff.
Iconic.
And Louise is the villain from No Country for Old Men, talking about serial killers. She's a serial killer.
Yeah, it's on topic.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is your favorite costume?
In this bunch?
Yes.
Bunch. In this bunch, yes. I think Louise's, just for the detail, because I love that character from that movie. But Gene's addition to what he is, calling it handsome grapes, is you can't beat that.
And like Linda having to apologize because she didn't get the handsome grape part. Yeah. Same.
Gene's also so funny in this episode. Like, Mom, I've never been more attracted to you in my life.
That was so... We cackled last night.
Yeah.
We cackled. Randy is there. Could do with or without Randy. But...
Yeah. I love Paul F. Tompkins, who voices Randy, but I'm not big on the Randy character. I don't need him repairing ever, really. Okay. But he doesn't bother me. He's just he's like meh.
So I need to refocus this once again. So we love the A story. All the kids go trick-or-treating with Linda, and I love that she wants to be the cool mom. She wants them to have a good night. And at the end, she did it, and she feels so proud of herself. I love the fog, the way this mood is set through animated weather is just phenomenal. Very eerie. And what's the B story?
We should spend so much time talking about it. Bob and Teddy.
Oh, yes. Bob and Teddy, Misery.
I mean, I guess you kind of have a little bit of like the connection to the wolf and the alpaca with the fish owners trying to get their animals that have gotten loose.
Yeah, and Bob's paranoia that he thinks Teddy has been bitten by the werewolf. Mm-hmm. The way Bob injured himself is so Bob's, so perfect, so Bob. He's trying to see if he fits into his old chef pants, and he falls. It's so good.
I love those chef pants because they remind me of when I waited tables at CPK, and all the chefs had to wear those pinstripe chef pants.
The black ones with the white pinstripes, yeah. I have to ask. I just have to get on a soapbox and ask you, what is the photo of the wine glass and the wine bottle on the wall in their living room?
Oh, I don't know.
Why? Why would they have like a photo of a wine bottle? Like, have you ever seen that as a piece of art?
No, but that's something Linda would see at like Bed Bath and Beyond and be like,
okay, I guess that makes sense.
In the home decor section?
Okay, fine.
I can see her picking that up.
All right, if you have any theories on why they have this large framed photo or drawing of a wine bottle and a wine cup, please let me know.
I think it's self-explanatory. I only have one fun fact. So the title of the Halloween movie that Bob and Teddy end up watching is called Bosom Bloodies.
Yes.
Which, if you don't know, is a reference to the 1980s sitcom Bosom Buddies, which my dad was actually a writer on.
It's
one of his first writing gigs. And it co-starred Tom Hanks.
I mean,
it's pretty much where Tom Hanks got his start. Yeah.
Very cool.
Very fun show.
It's also, it's another playback to Misery because Teddy's like, I'm a huge fan of this, like a hyper fan. Annie's a hyper fan.
What else about this episode? Anything you want to discuss before we start kind of like making our way into the end credits here?
It's just really one that you can come home from a long day of work and put it on and feel so just happy watching, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
The llama's really cute.
The llama's super cute. I love that llama. Not super large. Makes scary like screaming noises.
Love it.
But I do like the llama, and we'll talk all about the llama and Lola, the wolf, in the end credits.
I love the fish odors part in this. Of course, Felix would have a pet wolf and not be able to care for it. Rich people and exotic pets, man. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's not safe or good for the animals.
No, not at all. Should we get into the end credits?
Let's do it.
Okay. So the final moment is everyone is back in the living room. And when I say everyone, I mean Teddy and Randy are there as well. And apparently they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
All right, I'll get you guys some sheets and blankets.
No, Linda, they're not staying.
Can I borrow some pajamas, Bob? Maybe an oversized tee?
Absolutely not.
I've got your oversized
That's
tee,
you.
Randy. One question. Do you like Betty Boop?
Yep.
Okay. So tell me what happens when we go into this end credit sequence. What are we looking at first?
We are in the kitchen, classic end credits kitchen sequence. We have Tina, Louise, and Bob. Bob has his brace on, one crutch under his arm while he's cooking. Louise and Tina are still in their Halloween costumes, which is super fun, especially because seeing like a shorter version of Linda from the back is hysterical.
Yeah.
Because your mind goes, Linda, but you know it's Tina.
Yeah, I need to see that version of Linda and little Bob, Gina's little Bob, running around.
Yes.
And then we get this music that is not my favorite. As you know, if you've listened to this podcast all along, when Linda makes her like weird, like ngang, ngang, ngang voice, it drives me crazy.
Last night, when the credits came on, because it's that horrible sound right away, Max and I just looked at each other, like deep into each other's souls.
We love Linda. We love you, John Roberts. I cannot stand when Linda does that. But luckily, it doesn't last for very long when we get to the song.
I was worried.
Yeah.
Before we go on, I would just want to talk about the dialogue right before the episode ended. Gene talks about a Betty Boop t-shirt, and it just hit my subconscious so hard. Like, did we all have an oversized Betty Boop t-shirt when we were kids?
Something along those lines, for
Yes.
sure. Like, I feel like it's so weird. I feel like I did have a Betty Boop one for some reason, but
Like, I know I didn't,
Yeah.
but I did.
I definitely had like Looney Tunes or some kind of old-timey cartoon characters.
It's a very specific vibe, and that's why the joke worked so well.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah. All right, let's get into these credits a little bit.
Who's a fun mom on Halloween? She does spooky things and she looks really young.
So we get Linda singing her Halloween song.
Love it.
Great song. What happens as she's singing?
She crosses in the window from right to left,
Singing the song.
singing the song. And then the llama goes from left
Alpaca.
to... Sorry, the alpaca goes from left to right.
Who's a fun mom on Halloween? She does spooky things and she looks real young. It's Halloween, it's Halloween, it's Halloween, it's Halloween. Halloween. La, la, la.
I figured I'd just let it play.
Yeah.
Because the song is so good until the end when she starts making her noises again. Linda and the alpaca kind of cross through the window a few more times.
Linda comes directly into the window and is like into her performance.
Gets the burger that's been placed in there as she usually does to go deliver it to whoever's in there. I'm assuming it's Randy and Teddy because everyone's still in their costume. Maybe they came down to have a nice little like midnight burger meal.
I love it.
And what else happens? How do we close out these end credits?
So then Gene comes from right to left, riding the Wolf of Wharf Street with his grape costume popped, which is great. And then Bob flips a burger into the wolf's mouth, which I love.
Just beautiful. First of all, Gene, way to tame a wolf and ride it.
Way to tame a wolf and ride it.
Incredible. I guess the way to do that, though, is to feed it burgers.
Well, it's now
for doing
had a
so.
full pizza and a Bob's Burger, so I'm just very jealous of this wolf.
Yeah, it's a great meal.
Yeah.
Or multiple meals, whatever.
Yeah.
Highlights, lowlights. We know the low light.
Yeah, we know the low light.
Linda's annoying voice at the beginning and the end.
Highlights are Tina, how much she does and doesn't look like Linda from the back. The burger flip.
Burger flip's great. The wolf and the alpaca.
Yes.
Love the two of them.
And Jean's popped grapes.
I agree.
Although these aren't credits that send me.
No, I'm with you. Should we score them?
Yeah.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's You want to go first or should I go first?
I can go first. Just
Okay.
don't let me influence you. I'm going to say 8.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, 8 H's.
Yeah.
I love, I love the classic kitchen scene. I love that they're all still wearing what they were wearing in the episode. Mm-hmm. I love the appearance of the wolf and alpaca.
I do too.
But I take it down for Linda's annoying voice at the beginning and the end.
Where's Teddy?
He's probably waiting off to the side for his burger. Maybe he's in a booth with Randy this time. He figured he'd sit with Randy.
Did anyone unbuckle him? Unbuckle him.
Oh, maybe he's up there. Maybe he's waiting for his burger up there because they didn't know how to get him out of the handcuffs. He's still attached to the table.
Oh my God. Poor Teddy upstairs, hungry.
It would have been funny if it panned up and you saw Teddy just like, hello?
See, that's what could send this to like a 10 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Those are the end credits to The Wolf of Wharf Street. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We have those images, as you've requested, that go with this episode on Bob's Credits on Instagram, Bob's Credits wherever else you want to follow us on social media. And what else, Skylar? What else would you say to everyone before we get out of here?
I'm just going to say, stay mommy. Zombie.
Zombie. Mombi.
Mombi.
Mombi zombie.
Stay mombi.